Today's Yin Yoga practice. This one will be for the metal element, our lung and large intestine meridians in traditional Chinese medicine. This is where we traditionally hold on to things, maybe elements of sadness, grief, maybe just habit energies from the past. And when we start to let them go, we start to move into that feeling of resilience, strength, courage that we get when we feel solid. So we're going to start by placing our Laogong points over our lungs. So cross your hands over. Our inner gate and outer gate, our Negun and Weigung, are going to stack. Left hand inside, right hand outside. So yin to the heart center. Just feel that stacking of the wrists, the Laogong point right in the middle of the palm over the lungs. And then our third finger, our ring finger, is going to be on lung 1 and our index finger over lung 2. So this is one gesture, but we're accessing a whole bunch of really important acupressure points in the body. So you might like to notice the center of the heart, the sea of tranquility, our conception vessel number 17. Our pericardium number 6, this is the one on the inner wrist, one stacked over the top of the other. So your fingers should be sort of just inside the shoulder joint, just under the collarbone. Just bring your attention there as you start to follow the breath. See if you can give each breath all the time it needs. And you might like to just bring all your attention to the tip of the nose, inviting in the next breath of oxygen. And then sighing out. Big feeling of letting go of any habit energy that's not serving. Not the same as making resolutions or promises, just making space, making room for whatever is next. Start to become aware of the pattern of your breath. No need to try and change it, just the simple act of bringing our attention to it will change it. No effort, no trying, no forcing. So whenever you feel your mind drift off, invite it back to the next breath. You might like to just soften all the muscles in the face. Maybe a cheeky smile, maybe not. Feel the back of the neck long. Just find a little bit of space in your cervical vertebrae. Maybe shoulders are a little heavier. Okay, so today's yin practice, we're just going to be doing maybe half a dozen shapes. And you'll notice that they're all kind of heart opening or shoulder opening kind of shapes, just working into the meridian line, front and back, lung and large intestine. Each shape, see if you can just sink in and allow the breath to be a little deeper. Let's start by deep sigh. We're going to roll onto all fours. Take some time to find each finger. Spread your fingers wide, shoulder width apart. You might like to lean a little forward or back. You might tuck your toes at the back as well. What's happening in my body on this day? Every day is unique. Forget the story that we tell ourselves about our body and just listen on this day. You might like to start to take some really gentle cat-cows, curling the spine up, letting it sink down. Maybe tucking the chin as you curl the spine up, lifting the chin as you drop it down. Become aware of your tailbone as you curl the spine up, tuck the tailbone up. And then let it rise. Okay, our first shape is going to be just sliding arm underneath. You choose which side. Bring it all the way down to the ground. Let your head stay heavy. Let your whole body sink into the shape. You want to have a strong sensation on the outside of the shoulder joint. Maybe as you sigh out, you might feel like you're sinking a little deeper. So we want to be able to hold our shape. You might like to experiment by adding a few things onto this. Maybe the hand might become behind the back. See if that feels right to you. You might find your opposite thigh. And if you feel steady, you also have the option of just extending the opposite leg, tuck the toes under. Keep breathing. Maybe this is too much for you, the sense of holding balance. If so, just bring the knee back down. You really want a sense of being able to let go. If you're in the bind, untangle yourself. Bring that hand back under the shoulder. Slowly pressing up. Take your time. You might like to wag the tail. When you're ready, we'll go straight into the other side. Thread the arm under. Big sigh. Notice how this side feels. Might like to thread the arm behind again. Maybe extend the leg if you feel steady. Drop it down. When you're ready, hand under the shoulder again, pressing up. Shoulders stack over the wrists again, maybe a little wag. Okay, we're going to bring our toes into it now. Tuck them under and just drop your tailbone down. You might need a knee underneath your knees or a cushion underneath your knees. Sink into the balls of the feet. You might like to feel all 10 toes. Some people, this will be super intense, and for others, not so much. Just notice how it feels in your body. Pulling the breath. Next breath in. Next breath out. Each shape is just an opportunity to listen and notice whatever might be happening in the body. Need to come out at any time. You might like to join me taking 3 more breaths. Okay, walk the hands forward. We're going to keep going this time. Take the hands as far away from the head as you can, and then just let the head come down. I'll give you 2 options. You might like to stay here with tailbone raised, or you might like to come all the way down, either tucking or untucking the toes. So whichever way feels best for you. We want that really strong sensation in the top of the shoulders. Deep sigh. Take two more breaths here. When you're ready, go and go all the way back. We're going to come down into a child's pose. And then when you're ready, walk the hands forward again. We're going to come all the way into a full rebound shape, just whole body heavy on the ground. You might like to wobble the tailbone. Just let everything go. I'd like to scan through the whole body and just notice all the parts that are connecting with the ground. Top of the feet, the knees, the thighs, hip bones, belly, chest, side of the head. So we're going to extend one arm 90 degrees out to the side, turn the palm down, and then when you're ready, take the other hand onto the shoulder and just roll yourself onto the side. Now, you might feel steady stacking the hips and feet like this, or you might like to bend the top knee and lock it in. You want to have that really strong sensation on the inside of the shoulder. Head stays on the ground. And you sink even deeper. You feel a little sense of vulnerability, having the open heart, grounded. Just notice how that feels. Two more breaths here. Rolling back onto the spine, onto the belly. We're going to bring our elbows underneath our shoulders, palms turned down. See if you can drop your shoulder blades down the spine. You might like to draw the thighs in a little closer. Once you feel like you're in the shape, just allow the next breath to expand the belly into the floor. And then as you sigh out, just let the spine sink down. Allow the breath to move the body. See if you can find that feeling of breath expanding from within. Be heavy. You might even like to nod it a little side to side. Now, when you're ready, just roll back down. Bring the arms back down by the side. Deep sigh. This time we'll extend the other arm out to 90 degrees, palm turned down. Roll onto the side of the body. You might like to lock that stacked hips in shape. Few more breaths here. Back onto the belly. This time our hands are going to come forward and take them outside the ears. We're going to draw the legs together and just slowly lift up the upper body. You might end up straightening the arms, maybe not. Just let your head hang. You'll only be here a short time. And your spine sink even deeper with your next breath out. Let everything go. Maybe one more breath. When you're ready, slide one arm above the head. We're just going to roll ourselves onto our back as effortlessly as you can manage. You might like to just stretch out the legs, little wobble in the tailbone. Let's bring our feet flat to the floor, knees raised. We're going to take one foot over the opposite knee in that figure four shape. Just let the knee be heavy. Both arms will come out wide. Shoulders stay on the ground. When you're ready, see if you can roll both knees across, keeping the shoulders heavy. Just let your body find whatever it needs to be able to sink as deep as it wants to go. No effort, just use your breath. Maybe with your next out breath, you can sink just a tiny bit deeper. Untangle the legs, rolling back onto the spine. We're going to switch. So opposite foot over the knee. Just let the knee be heavy and open through the hip. No pushing or forcing. Shoulders stay heavy, arms stay wide. And when you're ready, just take the knees across. Maybe this side won't allow the same sense of openness. That's okay. We've done a lot of work into our shoulders today. Just notice as you take your last few breaths in this shape, that openness across the chest, open to possibility, to potential, to whatever comes. Maybe you're ready, just untangle the legs, let your body slowly roll back. And you might like to just let everything wobble side to side. We're going to come into our final resting shape. You might like to just feel the heaviness through the whole back of the body, back of the shoulders and thighs and calves, heels. Most important, head. If you like, you might roll your chin towards one shoulder and then all the way across, letting it stay heavy on the ground. Ready to start to stretch out each finger, each toe. Maybe join me lifting the arms above the head in a yawn. We'll roll onto the side of our bodies. Take a breath there. Slowly press up. You might like to just quickly notice how you feel after just a short half-hour practice. We'll bring our palms together. As always, just acknowledging our choice to practice on this day. We send thanks to each other.